2018. Roll call, please.
Okey-dokey. Those are the minutes. 1 second. Okay. Donna Corbin-Sabinsky.
Here.
Kevin Zorda.
Here.
Virginia Higley here. Robert Chagnon.
Here.
Jane Smith.
Here.
Carrie Howe.
Here.
Marie Pisner.
Here.
Kelly Hemler.
Here.
And Marcy Talicio.
Here. Okay, fire evacuation procedures. In the event of emergency, you could exit the door to my left to go out and down the stairs and away from the building, or through the doors in the back of the room, and again, down the stairs and away from the building. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda is correspondence. We really didn't have anything today, just our note telling us everything that's in our packets, so that was good. It's nice laid out. Next on the agenda is commissioners' correspondence, site visits, if anything. Anybody to my left?
Yes. I actually spoke with Darcy Winther at DEEP, and they are currently in the process of doing revised model regs, which should be out the end of November, early December, and she'll make sure to get a copy over to us.
Perfect, great.
Excellent.
Thank you. Anybody to my right?
None.
None? Okay, seeing none. Approval of minutes for September 18th.
I move to approve the minutes of the September 18th meeting.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Donna.
Yes.
Kevin.
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Robert.
Yes.
Jane.
Yes.
Carrie Ann.
Yes.
Alternate. Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 in favor, motion passes. Next on the agenda is public hearings. We have none.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to move 9, the review of bylaws, and 11C, the review of model regulation amendment, to below number 15, executive session.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We're going to move those items down below 15, the review of the bylaws and review of model regulation amendments. So that brings us to the next on the agenda, which would be new business. IW 596, 20. Oh, public participation. I'm sorry, thank you. Public participation. That's next on the agenda. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak regarding items not on the agenda? Anybody want to speak regarding items not on the agenda? And one last time, items not on the agenda. Would anybody like to speak regarding those? Seeing none, moving forward. Now we can do new business. New business, IW 596, 25 Hazard Ave. Wetland permit application for a proposed American Automobile Association building containing 10,000 square feet of business offices and 44,900 square feet of business service areas, 8 vehicle bays. AAA Club Alliance Incorporated applicant. Paramount Realty Services Incorporated owner. Map 45, lot 0008, Business Regional BR Zone. Hi. Could you state your name and address for the record when you are ready? Get set up. There it is. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jessica Bates. I'm a senior civil engineer with BL Companies.
Hi, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
Is the red light on?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
good.
having trouble hearing that.
I want to bring it a little closer. Probably the sound.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
There you
That's
go.
good.
Here it is.
Everyone can.
Yeah.
My name's Jessica, senior civil engineer with BL Companies in Hartford, Connecticut. I'm here on behalf of my client, the applicant. I'm here for the Enfield Commons AAA building. It's located at 25 Hazard Ave. It's currently used as a strip mall retail site. The total parcel is approximately 33 acres. It currently houses an Aldi's, Chick-fil-A, Red Robin, Marshall's, Michael's, and included in the shopping plaza zone is the out parcels for Olive Garden and Plaza Azteca. Bordering us to the south is Hazard Ave. To the north is Freshwater Brook itself, the watercourse. To the west is the Motel 6, and to the east is Freshwater Boulevard. The zoning is business regional. All abutters are in the same zone. There's no change of abutters use. Freshwater Brook does have a FEMA floodplain associated with it. It's AE zone, so there is an elevation established with the floodplain for Freshwater Brook. We've checked the National Diversity Database as well as Aquifer, and we're not in an NDDB area nor in a aquifer protection. We are proposing the construction of an approximately 11,000 square foot office space service bay building. A portion of it will house 8 service bays and then retail space in the remaining areas. The list of services utilized as in the AAA building in the service bays will be like oil changes, tire rotations, tire installation, heating, cooling, repair, minor automotive services such as that. And then the retail space is, your AAA travel, passport services, things like that. The building is housed entirely outside of the Upland Review area. The parking lot is in the Upland Review area, but we have no direct impacts to wetlands itself. It's all work in the Upland Review area. The building will be housed on the area of the parking lot that is currently impervious. It's parked, I believe it used to be a commuter lot back in the day. Not a very utilized parking area for the infield commons. We're increasing pervious surfaces, so landscaping islands and things like that. Impervious cover on the site is actually going down as a result of this construction. We have stormwater facilities, closed piping, catch basins, things like that. We are filling in the floodplain. We have compensatory storage to mitigate the effects of the filling in the floodplain, part of which is underground chamber systems, similar to what was done in Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A actually overcompensated for their filling, and we're utilizing their remaining compensation as part of our development, and then adding to that to account for the mitigation of the fill in the floodplain that we're proposing. There are utilities on site that we will be connecting to for gas, sanitary water, telephone, communications. We propose LED lightings. We're going to take out the lightings in the area that we're constructing and put in full LED cutoff fixtures, dark sky compliant, and conform to the zoning. It's not a year, but conform to the lighting requirements of the town. We realize that this is the first step in permitting. We still need to go to the ZBA for the zoning location approval because it has service bays attached to it. Planning and zoning, OSTA, because it's a major traffic generator with both over 100,000 square feet of building and over 200 parking spaces. So we know these things. On the list of things we're going to do. In front of you is a site plan that's been rendered showing the location of the building. Because we are in the floodplain, our base floor elevation, our finished floor elevation is 1 foot above the base flood elevation. So we're using the old datum. Our base flood is 114.75, or 114.75. So our finished floor is 115.75, and we've used walls along the northern and western bound of the site location that we're working in to try to limit the fill in the floodplain.
Yeah, this isn't, I think this is, yeah, it's the bigger one. We're not going to vote for that. Did anybody have any questions for her at the moment? Yeah. Something a little different.
It's a little different than what they have there. Yeah, see, this is different.
Oh, yeah. Did the plans change from what we have, or?
This is 9/7 is the date of these plans?
It's PB1 or something?
This
Yeah,
is just a presentation board. It's kind of
Oh,
a,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it kind of looks the same, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a little different, but not a lot.
Nah, not too much.
Yeah, see how this doesn't hook.
Right, and that one hooks.
So I know in the past, I've seen this site flooded pretty bad, where up above where a car would be. So that's what comes to my mind, first of all.
I do remember that, and
Yeah.
I think it was because they didn't open the dam or something.
Or something like that, okay.
Was it during the winter or with the rain, or during the spring where?
It was years ago.
It was years ago, yeah.
In 2007.
Yeah,
It was
oh,
my daughter's,
Okay.
I remember it was my daughter's senior year of high school and nobody could get down Hazard Avenue.
That's what it was,
There
yeah.
was, yeah.
underwater. Yeah, but I think it was because of the dam. They didn't open it or something.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't seen it flood like that since.
No.
Yeah.
Now, there were some
Yeah, I had a
notes
question. I know it's somewhere, but I find it.
about the,
So that was about 11 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah. There was a note from September 26th.
Yep.
Yeah. And our letter dated September 26th to Matthew Burton.
Yes.
Who's it from? It was from Jennifer, our assistant town planner. One of them was, how are they going to protect the brook from the sand and salt from the parking lots? Well, when they have the repair bays and stuff, how are they going to protect for oils and that kind of thing?
Yes, there's floor drains.
Drains, okay.
So those would go to sanitary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, through an oil water separator and then.
Yeah, okay.
But I noticed there's storm scepter units for the stormwater side of things as well,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that's additional protection. Because it looks like the catch basins drain directly to the brook, or is that just not ending there?
No, I believe the
going
existing
under?
system goes directly to the brook, so we've taken the area that we're modifying and putting a hydrodynamic separator on it.
Gotcha.
It says a sand trap should be added to the plans.
What's that?
The letter says a sand trap should be added to the plans. This is from Jennifer.
Yeah. So just make sure we do that.
Is that what they're, are
Department
they,
of Development Services Planning Division number 5.
Yeah, sand trap, I would assume, would be a sand filter for TSS removal, but a hydrodynamic separator achieves 80% TSS removal in addition to petroleum and solids, so we have the hydrodynamic separator proposed.
Yeah, so this should be
yeah,
good.
sorry, that's, the storm scepter is a brand name of the hydrodynamic separator. I was
Okay.
just
Talking about.
using that instead, so, but yeah, those are, you often see those on parking lots, in large parking lots like this, because they knock out a lot of the sediments, and it'll be right before it discharges into either a pond or, in this case, freshwater brook. So that, having that added to the existing, given the nature of what's going on there, I think is good. And obviously, like I said, it looks like to me that the service bays generally have a floor drain, usually a trench, often right along the bay doors, so that when cars are coming in and out, it's getting captured there and going into sanitary and keeping it out of in the parking lot in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
Not to put words in your mouth,
Nope,
but
Madam Chair, I just wanted to also say that the catch basins also have a sediment trap within them, so that will also be catching the sediment.
We'll catch it as well, thank you.
Yes, yes, we have
some.
4 foot. We do have hood on some of them, but yeah, some's 4 foot, not the standard 2 for DOT.
Yeah, any other questions?
So typically, one of the things that we do request is that the snow pile areas be designated on the plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
They will probably be off of, well, they could potentially be part of this area, but it's the whole plaza gets plowed as
Right.
one
Right.
entire unit.
Yeah.
The key thing is that we're usually looking for is to make sure that it's understood that they shouldn't be theoretically on top of any catch basins or, right on the embankment down to the brook or anything like
Yes.
that. I know often you see the piles sort of more in the front part of this lot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's just to keep in mind that for.
Yeah, we
during
can definitely
construction.
show, the areas that typically store snow annually here.
Yeah. That'd be good.
What do you think the construction, I know you still have a lot of permitting going to, like, you're not anticipating that there'd be
next week.
construction this winter, is what I was going to say anyway, but.
No, we don't anticipate being able to get through all of the permitting and things before asphalt closes. So, perhaps start in spring, get, some of the things done so we can pave as soon as possible. But no, it's unrealistic to get
Well,
through
yeah,
everything,
that's-
including OSTA, before asphalt closes.
What, on October 16th?
Yeah, no, it's not still June.
I don't remember seeing the maintenance on the plans either. Don't we usually have that?
Yeah, that's one of the conditions as well, is that there should be regular sweeping and maintenance of the area on an annual basis, preferably in the spring.
No, I'm looking for the snow here.
I believe that's in the stormwater management report. It's usually the last appendices in that.
Okay.
And it says, biannually, spring after snow melt and things like that.
That's a state requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of the hundreds of pages of stormwater report.
There is notes in the sediment and erosion control notes,
Okay.
EC2, where I just saw it. Like number 25 says sweep affected portions of off-site roads 1 or more times a day. So
Yeah.
there, those kind of aspects of maintenance during construction, I believe are all in here.
Yeah.
I know I read it at one point, I've just forgotten where exactly they are.
I couldn't remember where. No, Well, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve, there it is. To approve inland wetlands number 596 for 25 Hazard Avenue, the new AAA building. Do we need to read this whole thing, or no?
We'll do the conditions, the first four?
Oh, so, yeah, with the specific site conditions, for one being designating as snow pile areas to be shown on the plans. Number 2, wetlands to the south of the proposed development is to be delineated on the plans. 3, regular sweeping and maintenance of the area to be completed on an annual basis, preferably in the spring, and I will amend that to say, or 2 times per year, as recommended by the state. Make sure you're following the state recommendations for sweeping maintenance. And number 4, the schematic floor plan is to be dated with revisions signed and sealed by a design professional from Connecticut. Table for AAA Car Care Center, care?
Yeah.
Is to be corrected to car care.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that, I didn't see that on the plans.
Yeah.
And then our standard conditions would also apply.
Yeah.
I will second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Robert?
Yes.
Jane?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes. 7 in favor, motion passes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
That's a pile we can get rid of.
Yeah. Put this in here. Okay, next on our agenda has just get set up. Could you set it up over on there?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. They use it for the cameras because it goes on TV. You're on TV.
I will pretend to smile.
Okay.
You're gonna put your pile in here, the stuff you're getting rid of, or are you keeping it? You
Yeah, I
keep
kept it
your
right
stuff.
there. So next on the agenda would be IW 597 Enfield Terrace, wetlands permit application to allow the existing buildings to be demolished and the construction of 2 new buildings with associated parking lot, driveways, and utilities. Enfield Housing Authority, owner applicant, map 19, lot 235, HR 33 zone. Hi, gentlemen. Welcome. Could you
Thank
take
you.
your-
Good evening, Madam Chair. For the record, my name is Ben Wheeler. I'm Director of Operations at Design Professionals, Inc. out of South Windsor. I am a licensed landscape architect in the state of Connecticut, and our firm prepared the plans and application before you this evening. With me to my left is Scott Bertrand, who's the Executive Director from the Enfield Housing Authority, who is the applicant for this project. I will try and keep my presentation brief because some of you may or may not be interested in a certain baseball game that is going on right now. So I will, good to know. Off the record, right? So anyway, yeah, I will keep my presentation brief and certainly will be happy to answer any questions you may have. So this is the Enfield Manor project. It is an existing housing authority property. As the application states, the proposal here is to basically get rid of everything that is there and reconstruct it into 2 larger buildings housing 99 units. You're familiar with this property. It's very close to the high school. We have Route 5 on the west side of the property with actually public streets that enter the property, which will be abandoned as a part of this. It will all become a private streets and private parking lots. And this property goes all the way and abuts Interstate 91 on the east-hand side. It's about a 12-acre property. We did have John Ianni, who is a professional soil scientist from Highland Soils. We had John Ianni back in 2016 field delineate the wetlands on the site, and our firm surveyed them and are depicted on the plans in front of you. Just for reference, comparing that delineation to the state soils maps and the GIS and town maps, it's very close. If anything, it does encroach into the site a little bit more than what those maps show, so we feel it is a conservative delineation. As far as the proposal is concerned, again, it's 2 buildings with associated parking lot, an emergency access and service access drive that circulates around the east end of both buildings. That is the only area that will have disturbance within the 100-foot upland review area. We are not proposing any direct disturbance to the wetlands themselves. We have 2 stormwater discharge points. One that first goes through a small water quality basin, which helps with water quality measures, but also stormwater attenuation. That will then lead to the southern exit, which is just to the south and east of the lower building on that plan. That first goes through a hydrodynamic separator before it discharges towards the wetlands. The other discharge point is just to the east of the upper building, and that also will go through a hydrodynamic separator before it discharges into the wetlands. Our plans were designed in accordance with the 2002 Erosion and Sedimentation Control Guidelines put out by the state of Connecticut, as well as the 2004 Stormwater Quality Manual. There is no floodplain associated with this site. We did check the natural diversity database, and this is not an area of concern on those maps for the town. With that, I'll turn it over to you and be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
It looks like a well-planned use of the property. A lot of thought went into this. It looks good, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you very much. This project has been in the making for many years now. So a lot of thought has gone into this.
That's definitely needed. Yeah.
I see there's only a portion of the catch basins that actually go into your water quality basin that you referenced. There's only, all of them on site, there's only 6 that go into it. The other ones go directly to one of the other vortex separators and into the discharge.
Yep.
Just to make that noted, that's not gonna, that small pond isn't designed to maintain the quality of the whole site.
The whole site, correct. Yeah, the main function of that is more for attenuation than it is for water quality, but it does provide some extra water quality.
Well, I think it was just labeled as a water quality basin, that's why I used that terminology, or I thought I saw that written on the plan.
Yeah, it is noted as such. Thank you.
How many units are there now?
There are currently 80 units on the site. Sorry, 80 units on the site. 19, correct.
I think we have the same, as with the previous applicant, is just making sure that there's a plan in place for where snow would go, and making sure that, you know, the perimeter is protected. I'm not looking at the right plan to see the sediment and erosion control. Sorry. Yeah, so exactly, you've got the silt fence all around where that's going.
Yep.
So, doesn't look like there's a huge amount of space to be able to designate a specific snow pile area, but it certainly looks like it can be kept away from the wetlands.
Yeah, correct. We'll be happy to do that on the final plans.
Most of the parking's on the other end of the site anyway.
Does this remain elderly housing?
We're intending to keep it under the state of Connecticut guidelines for elderly housing, and would encompass the definition of elderly and disabled.
Yeah, that's well planned.
Yeah, it is a nice plan.
Yep.
Anybody have any other questions or concerns or comments or?
Jane's looking.
Jane's still looking.
I think we're good.
I think we are. I think pretty good.
I think it's a well put together plan. I don't see any reason why we would
Have any questions?
have any issues.
Yeah.
Then I will make a motion to approve Inland Wetlands Watercourse Agency IW number 597, 0 Enfield Terrace, with site-specific conditions including delineating designated snow pile areas to be shown on the plans, and regular sweeping and maintenance of the area to be completed on an annual basis or twice a year as recommended by the state of Connecticut. And all of our normal conditions.
Second.
Roll call?
Donna?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Robert?
Yes.
Jane?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes. 7 in favor, motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thanks.
It has nothing to do with, that's why I waited till now. So what are you going to do with the people that are living there now?
Typically what we'll do is, we have to come up with a transition plan and a relocation plan.
Yeah.
So there's a number of different strategies that can be involved, possibly building one building first and building the other building. The other is using, I can go on and on, so I won't give too much of your time. They get very excited about it, so I apologize.
How long do you think before it's completed?
The next step after, we have to go to the approvals, and then we'd have to go into the financing. It's probably, it's going to be a very complex mixed financing deal, so that obviously can take probably a year to put together. Back to the original question, we also have a other housing stock of 120 units that we can work with and relocate people into, so.
That's nice.
Yeah. there's already some ideas and things that we're working on. We're very excited about it. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
We weren't doing anything.
By the way, 3-2 good guys.
For who?
Thank you.
Well, good guys.
You said good guys.
Good guys for New Englanders.
Oh, no. Yankee fan.
I'm a Yankee fan.
I was going to say, the Blue Jays aren't
Red
playing.
Sox.
Yankees, always.
We're not divided on this by party, it's by team.
Red Sox.
The Yankees.
For sure. I love Aaron Judge.
I know.
Okay, so we can continue so we can go home. Next on the agenda is, looks like enforcement reports, which I don't believe we have any. No? Okay. Report of planning staff?
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's very nice. Yeah. Yep.
Do we have anything new coming up, anything big?
That's the next thing.
No.
Okay.
Good, then we can do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Next meeting.
Good, because you got all of those
Yes.
regulations and stuff, so we could talk about the bylaws. We haven't gotten the legal. Sorry. We could talk more about the bylaws, and we have not gotten the legal opinion about the sidewalks yet.
Okay.
So that might be to our advantage, really.
Oh, to put it to the next meeting.
I was just going to say, I'll make a motion to put it off to our next meeting pending receipt of that.
And I'll
And especially in light of the fact that we're going to be getting new model regs.
Second?
Yeah.
Yeah, no sense in recreating the wheel.
Right.
You know,
We have to do it again.
What did you say she was going to have?
Right.
I talked to her September 14th, and she said they were hoping to have it done probably late November, early December.
So January.
Yeah, so let's put it off till January.
February or March.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I have complete
Well, we did
faith
have a
in
motion
this.
on the floor.
Yeah.
We do have a motion on the floor to table the review of the bylaws and the review of the model reg amendments.
I second them.
Okay.
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 Donna?
No discussions, we just did, so, yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Virginia, yes. Robert?
Yes.
Jane?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes. 7 in favor, motion passes. Okay. Okay. So we don't have any reports. There's no new applications to be received. Now, we have on here executive session.
Right. I just called Maria. She's en route.
Okay, we can wait a few minutes. So we could go into a delay.
Oh.
So
I move we have an
10-minute.
10-minute recess.
Second.
okay.
All in favor? Aye.